119.
I just put this here so that they can sit here. Yeah, because it means that even if they hold the mic wrong, this should pick them up. Sorry, just back up.
So we don't need.
Okay, I think I'm sorted. Who's managing calling them up, David?
David is calling them out.
So he needs to use one mic. Adnan doesn't need a mic, he'll just shout.
Yeah, you don't need a mic.
You don't need a mic. You don't need a mic.
I'm just going to use the mic.
Yeah, Elias is in the media room in 119.
Yeah, it's fine, it's fine. I'm going to... okay. David. So that if they need it, that to plug in, they need to stand here ideally. They'll come up here so they can sit there if they want. If they need audio, we need to turn on the Bluetooth speaker and plug their audio. Just drag it over.
Okay.
Yeah?
I'll try to remember.
Otherwise, they won't play anything out. I did say no audio on video, so.
That's good.
Well, microphones are charging, so if you one, you hand it to them, keep it on the battery, if it starts getting low, we'll switch out to the other one. They're charging. Oh, yeah, need help with this. Right.
I was going to say, like, that can be give them my demo stickers. Sure. Well, or somebody over there. We can just pop them there and they can grab it on there.
Yeah, we'll get the stickers to them. You ready to go? Is this intelligent door?
That's yours. That's on.
Hello? Wahoo! Right, can I get intelligent door systems, please? Door locking systems.
Is that these guys? Yeah?
Yeah,
Wonderful. HDMI or USB-C?
And Sprout Tech, get ready at the front.
So yeah, pop it down there.
Sprout Tech, are you here? Perfect.
Right, there we go. So you got it there. And then you've got the microphone.
Let's go to them.
Want to introduce
Yeah, please.
You guys ready?
Yeah,
Right, everyone. Sorry for the delay, but judging is about to commence. The first tracks you're going to see in this block are primarily entering hardware track for Paxton. And yeah, let's kick off with intelligent door locking system. Good luck, guys.
Thank you. Hello everyone. Yeah, this is Team Tech Weirdos, and our project is hardware-based project. And our project is, the topic of our project is intelligent-based door locking system. So, in our project, we are unlocking the door on the basis of various features. One of the feature is distance-based. So, if a person is near to door, it will unlock the door automatically. That's one of the features. Another feature is on the basis of RFID. So if someone just touches the RFID sensor, it will unlock the door on the basis of that. So that's on the basis of, like, if we have to add the security feature. So that time we can go with this feature. The another one that we were concerned about, emergency based. So if there is a fire, all the doors will unlock automatically.
Yeah. And plus, obviously, this is a proof of concept. We can go for multiple other features as well. For example, facial recognition. We can train this model on facial recognition, then voice recognition, voice patterns. So if the same person enters again, that is obviously registered in the building, the doors will unlock. The doors will be unlocked. Similarly, we can go for other additional features, maybe some RL-based, reinforcement learning-based system that can get adapted to any person who is entering multiple times in the same building. So the model will know that the person is visiting the building multiple times, so maybe he has some colleagues inside the building, so it may not be causing any trouble for that person. So this is the whole thing that we have made. I think this is it.
Yeah, we can just play it and
Yes.
we can show the demonstration of this.
Which is already basically in the video, but it is in case someone wants to see the actual working. So it is working here as well.
2 minutes long. 2 minutes. Any questions?
Yeah.
Did you ever do hardware before today?
Yep.
Yeah,
We are electrical engineers, me and...
I'm a mechatronics engineer.
Yes,
Yeah.
and these two are
from computer science background. So,
it
for
was
us, it was
a combined
new
effort.
experience actually. To work
The
on
coding
hardware.
was done by these two guys, and we put our efforts in the hardware.
Yeah.
What was the kind of stuff you had to learn in order to pull off this project?
For me, it was all about hardware. I never worked on hardware. So for me, it was about hardware. Previously, I didn't work on hardware's part, and this time I learned so many things like about the sensors, RFID sensor, and all the pins and
Ultrasonic sensor.
everything.
Ultrasonic.
So yeah, like how it works, and also the integration of software and the hardware.
Okay, time's up. Can we go to the next group?
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And can Sid the robot also get themselves ready to go next afterwards?
Hard luck. No, no, one give.
Sorry, I'm your comfort.
There we go. Don't play any audio.
Well, Max, on you last.
It doesn't have to be in order. Just pass it across.
Okay.
Unless somebody wants to click through and navigate.
Well, then as you can go back. I'm confident now.
Cool.
Hi, we're Sprout Tech, and we have made an automatic irrigation system.
Hi, I'm Tirini. I do ecology and conservation. And first of all, it is Izzy's birthday. So can we have a little bit of a happy birthday? So this project is a automatic irrigation system. It's used for when plants are dry and you're away, and it automatically waters the plants so they won't die. First of all, we to do the video. Yes, we have 3 conditions, which is the wet, the moderate, and the dry soil. And in the video, you can see me putting it in the dry soil with the system automatically starting to pump water into the cup, and then it automatically stops once it gets too wet. Which video did you choose?
As far as I'm aware, the correct one.
There you go, you can see it's
There we
going
go, and then
back.
yeah, you can see it going
We're
back.
doing it.
We also installed an LCD monitor, so it's easier to check whenever the soil is dry or wet. It also has the sensor data, which gives you the little figure of where it's at.
We also created a website to connect to our device. This would allow you to remotely connect in from any device.
Presentation done. 1 minute of questions.
Any questions?
I was already 2 minutes.
Yes.
How would you imagine this being used, applied?
We'd go on holiday.
Yeah, so you'd be able to put it with plants that you wouldn't you'd have to water regularly or whatever, and then you'd be able to go away on holiday for however long and remotely water your plants or have it done automatically without your input.
How much of the coding was off the shelf and how much of it was written?
I believe it was all written by us, pretty much. Some of it was taken from inspiration of other projects other people had made, but none of it was direct code. We had gotten values from different, well, using different pins and stuff like that.
Many different sources because we kept encountering a lot of errors, so we had to kind of go and look for other sources, try to watch as many videos and tutorials as we can, and we managed to actually get it working, which is a surprise to me.
Can Backdoor get themselves ready as well, please?
Yeah.
No, that's not good. Oh,
It is.
yeah, it's just like
Safety
fire.
level.
There we go.
There we go.
Right.
Yeah.
We made originally we wanted this robot to be able to move using hand signals. We weren't able to make that in the end, but we've made two different parts: the Rover, which can move using code, and then the hand, which can make different signals based on different inputs from hand gestures. We've got some video demos. This was the first one we did of the two connected without any help. The hand wasn't moving at that point, but we have got a video later showing them both working together. On the first day, we made them both separately, and then this morning we assembled them both so that they would work together. And this is the video of the input to the hands. If we had more time, we would have added more hand signals and maybe added some more features to the Rover, but we didn't have enough time. It had to be plugged in quite a lot as well, as it needed power for both the Rover and the hand.
So the hand uses MediaPipe and TensorFlow for gesture control. It uses a webcam to record the hand gestures. And thank you very much. Do you have any questions? Presentation time done. Questions? To be honest, it was making sure that all the Python versions were aligned, because some of the software we used different versions of Python. So making sure all the libraries were installed on all the different versions of Python was a bit of a pain at the start.
What would it be used for?
So one thing we thought is you could do remote sign language. So say you're in an area where you didn't have the Wi-Fi or the bandwidth for a video call, you could do use hand gestures to transmit sign language, and the coordinates would be. Questions done. Can we get the next one?
Can IP over semaphore get themselves ready?
Hello, we are Backdoor and we worked on the Paxton sponsored route. And so we built an access control system that uses video games and we plan to add a lot more features to this that we never got round to, that involve things like movement analysis and behavior analysis. So before we go any further, we actually have, oh, why is that not going back? We actually have a demo for everyone. So we have a QR code here if you want to scan that. You don't have to. I'm going to bring it up on screen in just a moment. But we have a little QR code there to show the prototype games that you would be playing outside of a locked door while we have a camera monitor your behaviors. And while you solve the game, which is just tap to win at the moment, if your behaviors are fine and you don't look like you're fuming, angry, or have any malicious intent, then that door's going to open for you and let you through. We have a little diagram here of how we plan to work together so that we could split up our work and work well as a team. And we were basing our design on the Paxton facility, which you may notice is in the background of the game, which I'm now going to open here. So we had different game designs that open randomly with each QR code, and they load in the browser, even on mobile devices. As you can see, you can jump around the little Paxton testing lab and get to the success screen, which would open any relevant equipment. So here's some more about if more time was available.
Had we had the option of having more time, as you can see, we would have implemented AI to detect the emotional distress and any sense of instability within the people using it. And it can show that someone isn't fit or authorized to be accessing certain infrastructure of the entire system.
5 seconds.
Oh.
The current system works.
Presentation time done. Questions?
Yes?
Do you have any views on the ethics of applying this system?
There are quite a lot of ethics to pull into the top. Oh, to the side? Oh, yeah. We need to pull the laptop away. There are quite a lot of ethics to consider. Monitoring someone's behaviors and assuming that they're going to do things that they haven't already done is quite an ethically grey topic. But in terms of keeping people safe, and only as a prototype that isn't implemented, I think it was a good project.
Did it work?
Well, we didn't wire it up to anything, but we definitely got to the success page. Yes. The most fun bit to develop for me was the games. When it got to a certain point and we realized we did not have the time to make the games fully work, we had to make the games look like they would fully work. That was a very speedy development process that was a lot of fun. Thanks very much.
Start with the CV stuff. So a picture or video CV. I'll start with this.
Oh, picture.
Yeah. Ready?
Next team. Can we get the parametric speaker up next ready as well?
I'm Adrian, this is James, this is Dowd, this is Thomas, we've come from the University of Nottingham. Our project is IP through semaphores. In essence, we are getting two computers to communicate over internet protocol using flags. The way we've done this is with a mix of CV and hardware. On the screen, I'm going to talk about my CV solution for a little bit. I'm detecting the flags, semaphores, using color thresholding and something called poly-DP algorithm, not enough time to explain it. With these flags, you can work out the rotation and then the letter of the flag displayed there. So on the left is a picture of the letter X, and there there's a video of the flags being detected. As for the actual networking part, the more interesting bit, I'll hand off to Dowdy. And in the background, we'll play a video of it working in real time. We couldn't get it in here, it's too big, but we have one of them moving.
So essentially, the protocol works by replacing the physical layer and data link layer. So if you can imagine your Ethernet cable plugs you in from your router to your computer. This is essentially replacing your Ethernet cable with flags for some reason, and a guy, or maybe two robots if you're feeling fancy. It's really cool to see how datagram packets are transferred and how you can actually just take these things straight from the kernel and convert them into literally anything you want as long as you can transfer it in the correct way. I'll pass back.
My laptop's just frozen, so you'll have to take our word for that. So it's implemented like a VPN. You get your own little network. Oh, it's back. Nice. But slightly different. Either way, it doesn't matter. So it uses Ton, which is a Linux thing, to make your own network. You push packets to it. I mean, Dowdy did it. He can speak more about it. Yeah.
So after setting up a network with Ton, we receive packets from Ton. We then translate that into semaphore flag signals, which are all little cool hand wave like semaphore flag, like symbols. There are 16 different symbols that you have to implement, along with 9 control symbols.
Can we take questions?
Yes, any questions? Any questions? Oh, to the side. Oh, yes. Question, yeah. Yes, so our initial solution was a tenth of a bit per second, but we improved it by the end to 0.8 bytes per second, so quite an improvement. That's 48 minutes for an internet protocol packet, so. Any other questions in 20 seconds of my very fast talking? That makes my life easier. Thank you.
We've got a USB-C adapter if you need it.
That should be fine. Great, and then we haven't got loads, but
So there's the microphone for you.
great, thank you.
Hey, it's next team. They've asked me to do 2 things at once. I'm not clever enough. Smart plants are after this one.
Ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
So this is our parametric speaker. So the initial design of this is to create a speaker that operates around about 40 kilohertz, which is the ultrasonic frequency, which means that human ears can't hear it. But then it essentially demodulates the sound when it hits a target and then creates a speaker from a different location. And if you aim it at people as well, they can basically become their own personal speakers. So one of the design ideas that we had with this was to essentially, depending on the range of how specific and wide the range became once you targeted a person with it, you could basically hand out like secret pins to access codes, which you could then change at different times so that only certain people could then hear that pin. And we'll explain how it works more.
Yeah, so we've got a 555. We've got an audio source that feeds into a 555 timer. We are basically then just. It's good. We're then compressing that audio source into the 40 kilohertz. That runs simply to an amplifier and to 36 ultrasonic transducers. We wanted to use more, but AliExpress shipped them in 3 lots of 17. So
we have an array of 16. But the process took a couple of design iterations. So initially, we wanted to see if we could make sound come out of the speakers in the first place. So we used a small piezo speaker with an Arduino system. And then once that worked, we then ported over to a aux cord, which we were able to solder and hot glue together to then make it have an aux port, which then we were able to then get through to the initial speakers, and you can somewhat, very loosely hear it. It isn't the best quality in the world, unfortunately.
Well, not through here.
Yeah, not from here, I guess. But yeah, it was very quiet, but you can hear it. So we know that the system does work. It would probably take a couple of more iterations to then get it working better, but we followed an iterative process. So hopefully, if we had more time, we'd be able to make it have a further range would be the main focus, because the volume isn't the main focus, but primarily the range, then hand out pins to certain locations. Yeah, I think that's everything. I learned that electrical in the physical world compared to the theoretical world is very difficult. Coming from a very mechanical-based background, it's very difficult to try and learn the realism of dealing with physical electrical components. Adam?
Yeah, trying to tune it to actually resonate was very difficult here. Obviously, you can't hear ultrasound, so it's very hard to tune something you cannot hear. I got a question.
Yes.
Do you know why it was so quiet? It can run up to 10 times the voltage that we actually managed to supply it here. So if we had more time, we'd try and use an amplifier that we could have a larger voltage source, and maybe that would have been it. Or it could be the tuning.
Great. Thank you.
And can we get the 3DS Rotor VR chair, please? Thank you.
Hello, this is us. We are Smart Plants, the world's most convoluted solution to plant care. What issues do you face with plants? They might die too easily. They might be easy to forget about. Simply make them scream to solve these issues. Our solution is to have plants react to their conditions vocally to alert humans. It will be simple and easy to use, entertaining, useful, and sustainable. These are our initial ideas for how the plant will react. Ideally, this will be implemented by having your plant have a speaker, a water monitor, and a solar panel to then feed into our program. We decided to make the program. The plant will scream, and the users will be able to view their stats, were our main things we focused on. We created a prototype that looks something like this, and then we actually made something kind of work.
Functional prototype is not as pretty. As you can see, it is just a lot of bootstrap. It's built on Flask with a MySQL backend, using SQL alchemy to connect between the two. It's all cloud hosted on a single DigitalOcean droplet behind a Nginx reverse proxy. If you would like to try it out, you can go to sussex.thejmc.net and you can log in with user1@test.com, password user1, and you can go have a look. If not, I can show you now. If it works. No, that's Discord.
Oh.
There we go. Right, main page. That is not the main page. Where is this going? There we go. Got there in the end. So this is our main page. It's got our header and our footer on it. We can log in. Oh no, it's not going to work, is it? Come on, Jerome. You can do it.
Go, 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 go. We promise you can.
It works on my machine, I promise.
Presentation done.
God damn it!
It works in spirit.
Yeah?
Were you using a flipper zero to control the slides?
Yes, we were. Any other questions? No?
What's the most difficult part of the project?
The most difficult part was probably setting up all the hashing and everything for the back end of the API stuff, because it was all custom Flask middleware that we wrote ourselves to make it all work. Cool. Anything else? Yep.
What did you do the user interface?
So the navigational prototype we did in. Thank you, Cloudflare. We did the navigational prototype in Figma, and then the rest of it was in custom CSS and the Bootstrap, as I said earlier. Yep. Thank you.
Well done.
If we can buy the type C cable.
And can Fristy and versus the Seagulls get ready?
So, let me go. Give it a second. Is it plugged in? I'm having issues with the screen. Is the... Yeah, I've got it plugged into the... Oh. Give it... Hey, there we go.
3, 2, 1, go.
Cool. So, I got a RotoVR working with a 3DS. So, just to jump straight in and actually get something on the screen, here's a quick demo of it actually working. You can use the 3DS, you turn it, and it works as a steering wheel for a RotoVR. The next question is how? So there's a piece of homebrew web server running on the 3DS. And when I say homebrew, it's homebrew. This is the web server. And as you can see, we just simply check, is it the get Y, is it the get X, is it the get Z? And we check that data, and then we are checking this against literally the exact HTTP headers we're expecting. If you go to / your browser will very much complain about it. We then connect the 3DS to a mobile hotspot because it doesn't connect to EduRAM. I know I'm very fast, I'm really sorry. This mobile hotspot connects to the laptop. Then there's an SSH tunnel running on a server in Paris because I had it for some reason. This SSH tunnel connects back to the laptop, through the mobile hotspot connected on my phone, pointing at the 3DS, so then the headset, which is connected to O2 Wi-Fi, can see that over a public access point, over a public URL, the gyro data from the 3DS. This means we can then access this in Unity, which means with some data processing, we can then send this to the Roto SDK / share, and then build a game. The game comes secondary. Why? It's fun. But also, a 3DS is shockingly similar to an F1-style racing controller. There's a big market for VR racing rigs, but none exist using the paradigm Nintendo got right. With Mario Kart Wii and Mario Kart 7 on the 3DS. Instead of using a big wheel setup, a little accessible steering wheel setups would be a massive point of growth for VR, while sustainably reusing a now retired handheld console that is otherwise becoming obsolete. So, a proper demo video, if we have enough time, so I might get cut off. Here we go. If I just skip right to the video. Oh, it's in quick time. There we go. I'll leave this running while questions go. There we go. Questions? Hey.
Where's your team?
It's me.
It's just you.
It's just me.
You did it all there yourself?
Yes. Any other questions?
Did the chair work?
Yes, it did. We can see here, the chair does in fact, when the video plays, it does in fact turn. It has a few issues, but for prototype hardware and SDKs, not the worst I've ever used. So yes, it's good. Hey.
What was your most unexpected problem?
Unexpected problem, networking. Because so much of our developer tools assume we're on the same local networks as each other, which is an absolute nightmare when you're working with a 3DS, which is using kind of old network assumptions, and a VR headset, and you're working on a lab machine that's connected to the university internal network, and a laptop connected to EduRoam. You have to do all these weird shenanigans just to connect simple stuff together, and that's 2, 1, 0, and out.
Hopefully it works.
It's alright, it's alright.
Yay!
Here you go. Where's the HDMI?
Can co-op climbers get ready?
Do you want to control the slideshow?
Yeah, I can do.
Oh, let's not show my DMs.
I'm looking away.
Okay. Stop.
Please record.
Hello. There's no input on here. Oh, wait. You have to wait a little bit.
Take a second run through this.
There's nothing.
No?
I can see the pointer, but it's not showing anything.
Oh, you drag it across then. Drag it across.
Oh,
that good?
Oh, okay.
Good luck. Oh, it's on here. It's on this one. It's on this one.
Tiny.
Where do you want it? Slideshow?
Slideshow, yeah. We will figure it out.
1, 3, 2, 1, go!
Hello, we are the Coding Clowns, and we made a game called Fristy versus the Seagull.
Okay, so bear with us with the PowerPoint controls here as well. We've got a tiny little screen I'm looking at. So, the experience. We wanted to make a fully immersive side-scroller, essentially to help make web chat less boring. So we have Fristy the clownfish, and you have to help him save his boyfriend Brightling from the evil seagulls. Within the game, we have an integrated countdown display so that users know when they'll be connected with an agent. In an implementation, we want to connect this to actual data stored on within the company doing a web chat. We also have an info section within, within the project, which links to an FAQ and other help pages to give the user the best chance of finding that answer as soon as possible. So essentially, we're making a fun little game for web chat that also has some useful features. Going on to some other info, Fristy and Brightling are named after Sussex towns of Friston and Brightling, because Hastings are it. But anyway, we plan to implement integration with ChatGPT in the info section, but we ran out of time. We see this as a great future feature. We also plan for each level to be themed around a different part of the Sussex coast, spanning from Worthing to Hastings. Again, we'd love to add this later down the line. And we also would have loved to add music, perhaps connecting to the Spotify API to generate a custom playlist.
Next slide.
But yeah, we've got a demo video, which I think will show if we can get it to work.
And then I'll talk over it.
Yeah. There you go. I'll pass that over to you.
As the demo video plays, I'll quickly go through what it took to make this game in 23 seconds. Alex, first opened Unity less than a week ago, is not a programmer, a politics student, and I wish I really knew how to code. I should do at this point. However, I can draw, so all of the art and animation was done by me and all of us, and we made a game. Yippee! Yippee! Questions!
Any questions?
Any questions? As the gameplay runs in the background. Hello!
What program did you use for the art?
So I used Clip Studio Paint for all the animation, and then I ported every single frame over and hand dragged it into Unity because I couldn't get Unity to work whenever I wanted it to. Anything else?
Yes.
What do you think the social implications of
your project might be?
I think it's really important to have like in terms of like web chat, it is so sort of impersonal and like people really disbelieve the idea of it being, at least in my opinion, disbelieve the idea of it being really sort of mechanical. So by having a story that it's connected to, it has like a more sort of human connection in the sense of, you know, sort of invoking emotional feelings and things. So yeah, so in terms of that, I think it'd be really good at like promoting sort of more emotional connections to these kind of things.
1 minute questions done next week.
Thank you.
Oh, that's scary.
Yeah.
Give it to Ben. Talk about that near me.
We could, yeah.
3, 2.
Oh.
Nature's Echoes next.
Go.
So we made a cooperative climbing game. It's a 2D side-scrolling platformer. And I'll start playing the video, I'll start talk. The concept is I wanted to make web chat better, I wanted to connect people waiting to like talk in web chat so they can just play a game whilst waiting. So we developed this like platforming game. We did a lot of networking. We procedurally generated a mountain to make a really big map. You won't see all of it because we've got less than 2 minutes, but it's a bit too big.
Yeah, we've even had to speed up the video just to show you a small snippet of it.
We had like climbing inspired by Celeste. They've got wall jumps, some dashes, and yeah. So the cooperative element comes in. So if one player dies, then they leave their tombstone behind, which the other player can then collect to revive them. So we really wanted to make that. So networking is probably a big aspect for this project. And a lot of the first year was going towards the networking side for it.
But then our ideas were too big and it expanded way too
Yeah,
much.
so we were originally going to put it on web chat. Then we realised that it wouldn't be able to run on browser. So it's now just a game, I guess. Does anyone else want to talk? Or?
If there are questions, we will talk. Yes.
What technologies did you use?
So I'll talk about the networking. So I'm familiar with netcode for game objects, which is created by Unity, but I decided to use Photon for, I think it's called Photon Unity Networking instead, which is PUN for short. Basically, we wanted to use that because it had web browser capabilities, but like we said, we ran into some problems. But yeah, what did you use for the procedural generation?
So yeah, I just used... So it's actually kind of interesting. I used an animation curve to then map the... I used an animation curve to then map the height of the mountain. So that means I could make it as big or small as I wanted, and it'd always have the same curves. And that really helped just make sure we could create a big enough map in a small amount of time. And we came back around and used tile sets to really add like further details onto the mountain, actually make it interesting to platform on.
Up next, after this group, we have implemented energy efficient algorithm. So if you get ready, that'd be great.
Hi, we are Nature's Echo. This is our first time making, using any sort of these technologies that we're using here.
Especially Unity.
Unity, animating by frames. So we decided to go for a more visual experience and not focus on nice.
Visual experience.
Yeah, there we are. Visual experience rather than focusing on gameplay elements. We wanted to tell a story about the effect. Yeah, I have no clue, man. Yeah, that's nice. We wanted to tell a story about displacement of animals due to human effects on the environment. Mate, hold that button.
Keep going.
Has
it gone off? I don't know.
I think I'm out of charge. And yeah, I'll hand it off to our designers.
Hi, I'm Emily. I made all of the 2D animations and all the 2D assets for the game. I've never really animated before, so I did the walk cycle, the run cycle, a jump, and yeah, I learnt a lot doing this.
I did all the sort of 3D modelling, and I've done, so it was in Blender, I used it a little bit. So that's what was part of using the game.
If only we could see it.
Okay, well, I did most of the coding in Unity. I haven't really done Unity before, so I thought instead of doing 2D, let's just start with 3D. I did implementing the animations on the frames. She made them, and then I implemented in the game. Added crouch, walking, fast walking, stuff like that. And if you could see it, then obviously you'd be able to see it implemented. But at the moment, there's nothing to show for it. But yeah.
What's the aim of the game?
It's sort of showing. It's the perspective of a fox going around a forest. A park, a city, and certain all the rubbish and stuff that humans make that they don't realise affect other animals and stuff like that as well.
We're not going to get to it.
Yeah, we're not going to get to that, so you just got to believe it actually works.
Can we show the game instead of questions? Will that be alright?
You're going to be able to get it in time.
Let's hope. We can take questions in the meantime.
Questions? Anyone?
No. Okay, cool.
Hardest part for me was probably working with making the animations stop from walking to running and then back to idle and stuff like that, because I haven't really done stuff like that before. But
well, thank you.
Up next after this group is AI-driven chatbots. For you.
3, 2, 1, go. Hello everyone, good afternoon. So today our topic is implementing energy efficient algorithm. So we start with our famous, so we integrated DLX algorithm for exact cover problems. So today we have customized the DLX in such a way that we ignore the rows and we just take the columns to get the exact cover solutions. And it can be used in bioinformatics, exact cover problems, timetable scheduling, where it's just based on how it rotates and stuff. So for our solution, we had, for a total of 80,445 solution. For brute force, it took us around 8 hours. And using our dancing links, we just got our solutions in 23 minutes. So basically, we are just minimizing the memory footprints. And generally, our time was to go through parallel processing, but due to time constraints, we weren't able to finish it. And so basically, in sequential programming, we just do it this way. So we were trying to implement parallel programming. So basically, our solution was to have a fork that would basically duplicate the cover and uncover operations when it was happening, and then append it when the joins are done. So this is it. So we'll have a small video running in the background. So so this is what we were trying to implement. So this is just for a Sudoku. So we have around 0.1 seconds. That's for using parallel. So we're using 4 threads to do it concurrently. And this is for using backtracking normally. So it takes around 17 seconds. And so what we're trying to do was also initiate it in our different cover problems. And for this one, we had a bit more time than we could have implemented that as well. So yeah, that's it. Any questions? Presentation done. Perfect question. Yeah. So basically, every algorithm just draws the same power, right? So if you're taking same thing, same task for 39 minutes, or let's say, for example, or you're taking that same thing for 10 minutes. So even though you draw the same constant power, if you finish it, the execution time is shorter, then you just consume smaller powers. So it can be used on, so future work can be on maybe just making genetic sequences and stuff in DNAs. So if you take a sequence length of equal stuff, then you can just bind some different strands and make some double-stranded stuffs. Some really good stuff, but I'm not that biotech stuff, so yeah. Any more questions? I mean, it's kind of like a boring topic, but I'm open to questions.
Thank you.
Yeah.
After this group will be Chatbot with some brackets in there.
Wait, this is Chatbot with some brackets in there.
Oh, we've missed a group.
Yes.
Oh, in that case, it'll be web chat for Hastings Direct afterwards.
Cool.
3, 2, 1, go.
Cool. Yeah, we are a chatbot with brackets over the H to make catbot. We are essentially a natural language engineering-driven chatbot to deliver cat-based gifts. Sorry, pun intended. And we also have all the semantics information. We have all the keywords. We have any name entities possible, and they're all considered below. Yeah, and it generates purely based off what you give it. We'll give you an example in a second. Yeah, and it's based off. We have a Python backend with NLTK, which also uses Spacey for named entity recognition and NLTK for semantics recognition. And we wanted to implement it with a Nginx backend to properly host it, to show you guys properly. But instead I had to make a Flask solution, which then communicated from JavaScript to Python via just post requests, handing back and forth JSON files. Again, giving back and forth data. Yeah, and I will give you an example right now. If somebody wants to hold the microphone for a second. Yes. So we've got this running off of Flask. Well, no, sorry, this is running off of the HTML. And if I send a request like get real, it will send it to the Flask server, which will then in turn calculate the semantics and the natural language information, send it back, send a request to Tenor through their API, and present us a GIF. Yes, and there is also dark mode involved because we know that everyone loves dark mode. And I also forgot to mention the chat has a history. So if we do get real, and then we do silly cat, it will persist. Yes. Questions? Any questions?
Oh, there's that.
There. Where are the GIFs from? The GIFs are from Tenor, just using an API, which is, again, just using HTML requests. Yeah, and serving it from their website. Any more? Oh, yeah. Yes. Almost all of it. I've never touched JavaScript before. I've never touched Flask. Python wasn't new to me, neither was the NLTK, because I took NLE in semester 1. Yeah, but the rest, I mean, everyone else, I imagine quite a lot of it was new to us, especially the Spacey implementation, because we didn't touch on that too much in our course. Yeah, and again, the handling the post requests was also new, very new to us, because we just started computer networks, and that was something I was really interested in, and it was just cool to understand how JSON objects work and HTTPS parses objects. And we are done.
Ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
Hi, hello. So yeah, we're Team 43. We got a web chatbot for Hastings Direct, and we're going to give you a live demo. So we chose to do a live chatbot because we think it's professional, and the thing is, with live chatbots, they're quite boring, and so we wanted to make it a bit more fun. But using that, we made a game. I think he's going to do a live demo.
Yeah, sure. So it is using OpenAI API, the latest version one. So there's less forums and Stack Overflow when it comes to bugs with it. So it was a bit hard to work with it, especially when you had bugs in the production. It's taken some time, but it should work soon. There you go. So what I did is manually web scraped the Hastings direct website, if that was okay, and I fed it to OpenAI API, and so it got ingested by it. And now, so when I ask the chatbot why this insurance, it will actually tell me. It won't make stuff up, and it will actually tell me
Let's scrape the website.
Right. So, for example, it says It's got convenient quote process and that you can quote it from Hastings direct online. Oops, sorry. It's got user-friendly app. Okay, now let's say it wasn't very helpful and you want to connect it to a team member.
I'll take questions.
So this game, basically question. Oh, you've got questions.
What was the hardest bit? Connecting to Flask or installing all the dependencies, we had a massive issue with that.
And we used Pygame. And also sort of merging all these dependencies together into one program.
Were there any surprises?
Surprises? Yes. Be careful when you use VS Code and trying to install dependencies, because it might install those dependencies into different Python interpreter. Yeah.
Can we get Web Chat Arcade down, please?
Oh, sorry.
That's the end of Group A after that.
Which one's on? Which one is on? That one.
Yes. Last ones.
Is anyone from Group B already here? No?
We'll sort it. There'll have a little break between them.
There we go.
Ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
Hi, so we're Web Chat Arcade, and we were inspired by retro arcade games. So you can see we've gone for the 8-bit style. So we took an old Hastings Direct advert and converted it to the 8-bit style. So this is really for like in between when you're chatting to an AI and a real person, just to make it a bit entertaining.
So this is the actual game interface itself. It's very simple. We wanted to keep it simplistic. It's coded in entirely HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. There's no external packages or libraries to kind of pull in. It starts off very slow to make it easy, get the user used to it, and it gets exponentially faster. So every 5 obstacles that you manage to avoid, the speed gets quicker, and you get 5 points for every obstacle you avoid. And it's just to kind of be a little like filler in between. So oftentimes when you go to speak to a chatbot, it can't actually answer your question. If it can, great, then the web chat doesn't suck and it works well. You don't need our product. But if you need to wait for an agent, this is kind of like a filler in between. So it's got a time elapsed, so like how long you've been waiting. And it's also got positioning queue, so how long it would take you to actually be connected to a real person. So you've got kind of some sense of still talking to a real person whilst within the game. The game, as you can see there, the speed's just gone up to 7.5 as you've got past those obstacles. It does get quite a bit harder as well, and it gets really quick, and it gets almost impossible in the later stages. But yeah, just as like a filler game in between when you're waiting for agents. It's got collision logic as well, which I believe it does demo at some point. Right there, perfect. So if you hit an object, the game restarts, and you have the option to either start again or just continue waiting on. Any questions? Yes. So we want to keep it really simple. We don't have much experience with using external libraries or anything like that, but we did have a little bit of experience making games purely in JavaScript. So we wanted to kind of channel what we already knew, as we had a limited time frame as well. No, we use nothing like that. Purely just JavaScript. Yeah.
How would you imagine this now integrates with the chat?
So we would have it within the actual web chat itself, so it can scale down. All the elements are quite big within it, so if you scaled it down, you could probably still be able to play it kind of within the chat. Yes. Probably the collision logic, we really struggled with that. So there was a point where no matter what lane you were in, if an obstacle was underneath or above you, it would still detect a collision. So that was a really big pain. But we managed to overcome that, and it now works a lot better than it did originally. Thank you. that is now the end of Group A. So for any of your Group A who haven't been judged, let us know now. If not, we're going to take a quick break and get Group B's ready.
Carry on.
Straight into Group B.
Have you called them? Wahoo. What? Hastings Highway.
Can Hastings Highway come down to the front then, please?
What the fuck is going on here?
I'll just connect it using that.
What do you want to do? You can speak about Unity, and then when you had enough speaking, you give to me.
You're doing break or just going?
I'm fine. Do you know what? Nah, I'll talk about the idea, and then I'll give it to you, and you can talk about the actual building.
Is Drake and Gabriel left? Leave us. You didn't watch our presentation. I don't want to watch our presentation.
What's his name? He's on. I think this is new.
I'm going to stop him.
Yeah, it's not. I don't know. Alright. It's just fucking stretching. Yeah, it is. I'll
just start playing it.
Do you want to just have a warm up?
Oh yeah, should I do all that?
Yeah, go on. Do you want to have a warm up?
Mic test, mic test.
That's interesting. 1, 2, 3. The mic's off.
No, I'll let them say.
I'm gonna mic whip you. Nah, fuck pistol whipping. A mic.
Did we not implement?
Alright, that's not the website. You get the tube. That's about Unity.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna say, I'm basically gonna say.
They ask me about anything, I say.
I'm gonna say this is like a purgatory in between when
Yeah,
you're
same as
waiting for
same
someone.
as Gabriel and Jay.
This is Chatbot.
I can play it in full screen if you want.
No. Oh my god.
No.
This is the chat room view. It is chat room view. If you don't get high enough score, you're not allowed to. Oh damn. Boom. Do you know what? Boom. Too much.
Don't get high enough chat what?
Hard
to
score
speak,
mode.
to speak to the insurance group at all.
No, you just can't speak to anyone. If you're not good enough at the driving sim, then you're not good enough at driving, which means that you can't
They have
speak
left
to
that
anyone.
Drake and Gabriel just like.
So I'm still in a break.
Ouch.
I'm just gonna move around.
That's a sprain, dude.
When I put it in full screen, black.
How long is it? How long is it going to be?
Like this bit.
How long is it going to be till I'll be very quick.
Don't take the mic with you.
Do you know what?
Let's go to mic for a sec. Get people ready.
I did get the chat working.
You know what? I'm just going to be very quick.
Okay, then I'm going to go before you, sorry.
That's okay, well. We're not doing next anyway.
Yeah, you've got a minute now anyway. Someone's got to get ahead of you because they had a bit of an issue with theirs.
Oh, what the Fox.
Yes.
Emily?
Have to wait.
This noise.
Yes, come down. Your group.
Which means
Oh.
I might need to use that one.
Perfect.
Should we sit right in front? Yeah.
I should check this is still recording when it goes on. If you keep an eye, it should go red down the bottom left. It only does it.
You can get a quick reshow.
I don't know, what did you get told?
Jack told me now.
I got told in.
Jack decided to get the front now. Yeah?
We were just getting a guy with another laptop that does what's going on.
Is it HDMI or USB-C?
Which is, yeah.
HDMI didn't work, so we can, yeah.
Give it a go. It'll take a few seconds. It'll take a good old, it has to go full. Yep, coming through.
I don't know how to do that.
Okay, right.
Is anyone actually watching?
No,
Right. Okay, let's go.
Are we allowed to keep presenting?
Yeah.
This is the demo.
Yeah.
Oh no, I missed the jump.
Ready, 3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah, so we decided to tell a story of a fox that needs to go into the city to find food due to its environment being destroyed by deforesting. We were going to have a very in-depth storyline, but got hung up on the visual details, which you can tell we put a lot of effort into.
I'll go back to this
You
stuff.
can tell.
I've already said.
I don't know, but like they can see it now.
Yeah, I made these.
Yeah.
We just tried to make it pretty.
Have you got anything to say?
No, not really.
Okay, yeah, well,
I've
here's the game.
already said everything, I'm just demoing it.
Yeah, the hardest part was implementing all the movement systems because we tried to create a slide as well as a crawl, which had to include the momentum of the actual character model, which was quite complex. But
Just want to say, all the assets were made entirely by us.
yeah, and yeah, it's a very
Don't look at that
teaching
one.
experience. So.
Yeah, that's about
Thank
it.
you very much.
Yeah.
Could I have Hastings Hayway? The one after that is 3D web chat. Can you get ready, please?
I don't piss so badly. I'm not talking, am I?
I hope the sound works because I want everyone to hear the amazing music.
Sound?
Sound.
Let's not risk that anyway, because it might break.
Quiet, please. Ready, 3, 2, 1, go.
So this is our project, Hastings Highway. So basically, the idea behind it is that so when you're waiting to speak to someone, you basically have like a game that you can play, so that it's less boring. And on this side of the screen where it says chat, what the idea is that it would kind of give you updates of where you are in the queue, and it would also be a place where you could kind of speak to a chatbot before you kind of go into where the game is. But I mean, we kind of had the idea of the game that your progression in the queue would be faster depending on how well you did in the game. So the longer you can last in the game and the more coins you can get, it means that you will beat people in the race to talk to a real person.
True capitalism. So yeah, we were fed up waiting for GTA 6, so we made it ourselves. And worked out right. We did it in the Unity 3D. We didn't have much experience with it, but it seemed to work out. And yeah, is there any real questions? Most of it was imported scenes and assets, but we did glue it all together. Any more?
Do you get a better insurance quote if you're driving this?
The idea was they'd email you about it later, and they'd charge you more if you did bad. Try not to crash. Any more questions? The what? The chat event. We didn't get the website fully working though. Any more?
Can 3D web chat come up to the front?
Thank you.
Voice chatbot. All right. Richard style rules. Oh, voice chatbot. Okay. Yeah. Can Richard style rule get ready? Can Richard style rules come down and sit at the front? These are voice chatbot.
Okay.
No, it's not showing up. Oh, no, yeah.
3, 2, 1, go.
Hiya. You can, he's gonna tell you about what he's gonna.
So we're gonna try the chatbot out. So tell me about Hastings Direct as an insurance company. So basically,
What states do you serve?
okay, in this case, the information is not quite correct. So, so basically, there's something wrong with our GPT API that we imported. But the main thing here is what we've done is we used our voice input and we used Whisper software to transform it into a text. Then we used ChatGPT's API to generate a response. And from that response, then we turn it back to text using, turn it back to voice, using Google text to voice. Yeah. And we think this is a very powerful tool. And Leon will tell you more about something with that.
Yeah, so we made some games as well. Just to add on to it, we didn't quite get to put it all together. We just made some simple, games that you can play on your,
While the chatbot contacting the live agent, so you can
you
can play a game and.
So we've got this one, and then we've got a stack as well, which we just.
2-minute presentation done. We take questions.
Yeah. Any questions?
Gave the wrong answer to a question. How might you tackle that?
Well, there you go.
Well, I think it's more like a model problem, like how we train our own model, right? How a better interpretation of our voice or our input. I think that's the point, right?
Yeah. What took the longest time to do this project?
It's the API actually. Like we're actually trying to customize our own chatbot, with the HD features, all that kind of stuff. But we weren't able to do it, so we just used a general chatbot overall. Yeah.
Yeah. Can voice advisor come up to the front, please?
Our plan was to make mini games.
Just quickly call the next team. Can voice advisor come to the front? Whiskers Adventure? Instead of presenting, okay. Make web chat great again? Can they come up to the front? Woo! Round of applause, guys.
Ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
So our team's plan was to make mini games in between each query. User would input, However, we had no experience with using JavaScript, so we didn't really get as far as we would have liked. We managed to make a couple mini games, such as a chess puzzle where you'd have the answer in chess notation. I don't know chess notation, so I can't demonstrate this one. We also made a click tester, clicks per second, to test how many clicks. There's another mini game. There's I made a rock, paper, scissors game. It's a best of 3. You win. And tic-tac-toe, but not very complex. AI for it. But we managed to get further than I thought, actually, because, I don't know, JavaScript's quite tricky, but yeah, that's about it.
Which one is your favorite?
Well, my one, which is the rock, paper, scissors. So I'm proud of it. And there's a funny message if you lose, but I didn't lose, so.
What do you use to generate the chess puzzles?
I'm not sure, as I didn't do that one. My teammate over there.
It was an array of preset puzzles.
Array of preset puzzles.
Right. Are you a robot? No, wait, no, it's not. The group name is Are You a Robot? Can I have the group Are You a Robot come front? Got them?
Ready? 3, 2, 1, go!
Richard, can we have the microphone?
Hello everyone, we're Make Web Chat Great Again, and yes, that is satirical. Some people did ask. Yeah, we basically figured that to make the web chat experience more interesting, we would make a suite of games, and then we thought to make sure that the suite of games gets played, we would start locking chat features behind the games. So Sam's trying to say something with capital letters, it won't let him. He has to play this game. When he finishes the game, he will unlock that feature, allowing him to progress with his chat adventure. It's really slow. Now he's going to try and use some punctuation, which is locked. He needs to play a game to unlock it. So he's going to play Snake. Should have sped these up.
Adds to the experience.
You get the idea. Obviously, there is also a pay option for people who don't have time to play the games. Because we're reasonable people. It's going to now unlock sending the message, which is great. You get the idea.
Why did you put the hardest one at all the ends?
There you go. We've also got some ChatGPT integration so that the messages you get are long and exhausting to read. Because we're all about fun. Any questions?
Is the payment functional?
No. Next sprint. We've been told that a lot, yeah. We've been told we're evil and we're like EA. So that wasn't the idea. We just wanted to have fun.
What was the hardest bit to implement throughout the whole?
It's a good question. I mean, Sam did almost all of the hard work and the rest of us just made games. And none of us actually know how to do any web dev or JavaScript, really. So everything was hard for us. Yeah.
What happens if you lose a game?
You just play it again.
You just play it again, yeah, pretty much.
Where's the HDMI cable? This red one?
You're a robot, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh dear.
I'm going to do it. Hastings Direct support bot.
Hasn't appeared.
Any group called Hastings Direct support bot?
Yay.
Over there. Can you come up to the front?
Let's get some light on this. 3, 2, 1, go. We don't have a microphone. Okay, I have one very simple question. Are you a robot?
Yes.
I wasn't expecting that to be the answer, and also, unfortunately, we've lost our... Right, this is lovely. Oh well. Does that count? It's not working. As you can see, university recently invested in lovely equipment. It's not working. Just leave us a minute, please. Oh dear. Does USB-C work? Yeah, I don't know. It should take a few seconds, but it should come through. We have to restart this. Yeah, this is a very quiet area. Oh dear. It's funny because when we did it, it worked just fine. When we did it earlier. Technical difficulties. Our presentation. This is lovely.
You know what? That's how I program this.
Yeah, this
Smash the computer. I think your laptop's just not out. It's a feature. Oh, someone kicked this.
Yeah, because this isn't our laptop. This is a laptop someone else used. Oh, great. Let's keep that. Right, it should work now.
While Tom's fixing the display, could you tell us what everyone did in your team?
Oh yeah, so I worked on creating GIFs, which you will see why later. Oh, lovely. Okay, beautiful. We're back.
Please don't kick that.
I won't kick it. Okay, so yes. So are you a robot? The answer is normally a lot of people don't answer, which makes sense. So we've created a very lovely test for you. So we've kind of taken the Hastings Direct website. Now, if you'd like to, I don't know, talk to a chat assistant maybe, all you need to do is make sure you're not a robot, so why don't we do that now? Oh, wait a second. Wait. Okay. Do you guys see any fire hydrants by any chance? Wait, okay. Oh, there it is. It's a bit hidden. Okay, so we've just basically designed a series of very simple tests. So this one's in the Russian alphabet. Series of very simple tests to determine whether or not you're a robot. My colleagues will talk to you a bit more about how it works while I actually try and finish it to prove that I have rights. Go ahead, Edward.
Well, I mean, actually, this was one of the ones that I did, and I mean, it's quite simple. You've got the Russian alphabet, both lowercase and uppercase.
Quite simple.
In an array, character array, and then all it is just 6 cells, and you can scroll up and down. And once you input the correct combination, it lets you go through. And there you go.
It's a very lovely, simple. Just a very simple. You just need to input the character. It's very quick, very useful, very intuitive, easy to use. If you miss one, by the way, we didn't add a delete option. That was on purpose. Point is, if you mess it up, you have to restart all over again. Yeah, lovely, I know. What a good feature.
We think, who says that chat forums like this need to be so serious? And if you get to the end of this and you still think you're a human, then you've clearly gone mad.
We finished. Isn't this lovely? Yay. Oh, wait. Oh,
no. Presentation done. Quick take questions.
Well, that's good because it... Oh, yeah, so questions. Any questions? Go ahead.
For the Russian alphabet array thing, whatever, right?
Yeah.
How long does what's the time complexity of it?
The time... How do you mean?
The worst case of, to solve it.
How long it would take?
Yeah.
Oh, God. The worst case, if you know what you're doing and you know the Russian alphabet, the worst case is still generally about 30 seconds.
There's about 64 characters, including uppercase and lowercase letters. So there's 6 cells. So
As fast as your fingers can smash the arrow keys, basically, is the answer.
There's enough for a lowercase 3.
What was the biggest challenge? Most of us, the biggest challenge was keeping our sanity when we implemented an annoying feature, had to test it, and then on top of that, it would break something else. Otherwise, yeah, whatever.
I'd say, actually, ignoring that, the biggest challenge was actually trying to get to work together, because the live share was being very
1 minute question, Don. Can we get the next group?
Thank you, Hastings Direct Support Bot. Could I have? We're gonna have Atlantic Edge, and can I have best use of Roto Chat Explorer come up to the front?
This one, I think. This is the one. Which one?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Sorry. That was Are You a Robot? My bad. This is Hastings Direct Support Bot, and can I have? Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
3, 2, 1, go.
All right, so we made a chatbot that uses a large language model, and we used Llama Index as well as Streamlit for our UI.
So to get the data, we used web scraping and. Sorry,
Okay, we made AI for hosting and customer service. We collect all of this data from Hosting Direct website, and then we put all of this data into a vector database and train it, and to call the OpenAI API to answer the questions. Yeah. And we can show the video. All of these questions can be about the hosting website. We can, in the future, we can collect the conversation messages to differentiate prospective customers.
That's in use.
Yeah. We can do an example.
Yeah. So here he's entering in a prompt, and it should give him an answer. If you can spell. Great.
Okay, 2-minute presentation, Don. Can we take questions?
What was your biggest challenge in creating it?
The bigger challenge is I want to fine-tune the model to the local model, but we have the high-end GPU. Yeah, we have it's a time-consuming process to fine-tune the model.
Can you ask about anything?
Any questions?
Can you ask it anything? Can you ask it why do I need this?
It can ask about all of the frequent QA on the hosting website. Yeah, and then it can differentiate potential customers. Sorry.
Up next, we have Atlantic Edge.
Three, two, one, go.
In the words of the illustrious Todd Howard, it just works. That was our mantra for the event, and it rang true. Our game is using the Roto VR chair as a sort of Pacific Rim Armored Core style mech. So as you are sat in the chair, the player has a sort of dashboard of buttons in front of them. You can interact with these using the VR controller. Well, side buttons will press the buttons, and each button does a different function on the mech. So rotating, which does use the chair, rotates the cockpit, ideally in sync with the chair, so it doesn't feel terrible and get you out of sync. But that does need some tweaking. moving the mech forwards and using the onboard weaponry system to attack the monsters that are halfway implemented.
Giant pill.
Yes, the evil pill.
Big pharma.
Yes, quite. In terms of implementation, it is done via Unity, using Unity 3D and C# stuff. That's the roto chair in use as I am pressing the buttons in the game, which was fun to set up. It did work eventually. What else? Any other points that you want to add?
I mean, I did the modeling. Not that there's much of it, but I've never touched Blender before in my life. So it was nice to test it out. You can't really see it. You can kind of see it. I made the little sword and the chain gun type of thing. I did make a monster.
And the dashboard and windows.
Oh, yeah. And that. I made a couple things. I just forget, so much. But yeah, and I did make a monster. Unfortunately, didn't get implemented. But,
Okay, questions?
We're good. Alan.
Yes, hence the name.
Yeah.
Being a play on Pacific Rim Atlantic
We're huge
Edge.
fans. Huge fans of
Yes.
Pacific Rim.
What's the most significant thing that you've learned?
So for me, it was probably advancing my knowledge of C#'s event system, because that is how the buttons work. They integrate, they send a ping via their event, which goes to the mech, and then the mech rotates everything. It's all handled there. That or just integrating with VR and the roto chair.
Yes, Blender. Just learning how to use Blender was pretty good. And also 3D, because I've not really used 3D for Unity. I've only used 2D.
Yeah, we'd all basically just use 2D. Any other quick questions?
Have you had any program for VR before?
No. This was my first time programming for VR, my first time programming for Unity 3D, and my second time doing anything significant in C#.
Can Hack Key Gamified Password Manager come down to get ready? And now we have the best use of Roto Chair Explorer.
3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Elliot. So yeah, basically we wanted to create an immersive gaming experience. So we should connect the gaming world with the actual physical world. So how did we do that? We used Unity web development platform, which basically integrates the RotoChair SDK with it. So mind you, that the rotation of the chair does not depend upon the steering wheel. It is connected to the car. If you could see the car in it, maybe. Yeah. So the reason why we do not use VR here is that first of all, VR is very difficult to integrate with Unity, and second of all, it's very expensive. So we wanted to make something which could be used, which could be budget friendly without using VR. So what upgrades we could have done that rather than using the screen, the laptop which we just folded it, we could have used a screen, or maybe 2 screens. Yeah. So this was our setup. So instead of using the laptop like that, we could have done integrated 1 or 2 screens with it. So it will basically give you a very immersive gaming experience. Yeah, that's it. Thank you. Any questions? Rumble, no, we did not. We did not have enough time to do that. So yeah, we were thinking about it.
What were the greatest difficulties in getting this?
Difficulty was setting up the Unity, and so integrating it with the RotoChair was not that difficult. But integrating the steering wheel with the Unity was quite difficult. That was one of the challenging things, I would say, which we faced.
One of the biggest challenge was none of us have ever used Unity. This was the first time we just saw how it works, and after seeing the chair, we just thought and we just tried, and this is what we came to.
And even the manual of the Threshmaster was way too difficult for us because it had 20 to 25 pages of manual, which was very difficult to integrate.
Big question at the end,
Yeah.
the racing game, did you make that yourself? Or?
So, the racing game was a kind of a semi-prototype that we found, but most of the components.
You have the next group, please.
Can Goof Script and Meme IDE come to the front to get ready? And now we have HackKey, a gamified password manager. If it wants to come up.
You might have to do the draggy thing. Sometimes it comes up as another window.
Goof Script and Meme IDE next.
What a name.
IDE.
It is appearing.
Just try drag that off. Flip it. Maybe it's directional.
Shit. Damn MacBook. We probably could have used the other laptop for this.
Oh, I don't have to use MacBooks. Try and drag it off the screen. That's what people do sometimes. It comes up as like a second monitor. Up, down, left, right.
No.
No, it's not input. Do you have HDMI?
No. Oh, it's mirroring, so I'll change off mirroring.
I mean, it should be coming through.
Stop mirroring.
It might take a second. You've got extend, mirror. You probably want it on mirror.
How about mirror? Could we perhaps go and swap a laptop and we'll present at the end of Group B?
Yeah, we'll come back for you.
Cool, cheers.
Can we get Goof Script and Meme IDE, please?
You just plug yourself straight in. So, ready when you are.
Awesome, thank you.
Oh,
Yeah, I do.
That one's one. He's given up on us. I don't know where the button is. There we go.
3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, so I came to the game jam today, and I couldn't quite decide what language to pick, so I decided to make my own. So we have the fully goofy programming kit. It comes with a programming language and an IDE that we've developed. It has basic syntax like integers called digits. You can print things by yelling at it. And if we run this, you can see that it does basic arithmetic. We have while loops as well. Yeah, this seems to run all just fine. Okay, that's good. That's brilliant. We have some Boolean logic as well. Very important. Couldn't be missing those. They're defined with the question marks. So, yeah, all of this runs. What else have I missed? Oh yeah, if comparisons. So we have suppose Y smoked X. Did Y smoke X? I guess we'll never know. Y is 100 and X is 0, so I guess Y did smoke X. So if we run that, then damn, Y smoked X for real. And we have arrays as well, which is called tubs. They're just tubs of stuff that you can store. You can shove stuff in there. You can pluck stuff out, and you can spill stuff that's already in there as well. And yeah, that's the. Oh yeah, what did I already mention ifs? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did. Oh yeah, another data type I didn't mention, strings. So if I run this, we can actually print hello world. Yeah, so hello world, but with a bit more extra steps. And yeah, basically what you guys have been doing since you were 12. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Any questions? Yes. Oh boy, I wasn't the one who implemented that one. See, it just does that. Any other questions? Any other questions?
How did you create it?
Well, I coded it up and I interpreted it up, and then I made some sort of interpreter parser thing, and it just takes everything and like breaks it up into like chunks of tokens and stuff. That's a pretty big word. I just learned that on a tutorial. Yours? Python. Any other questions? Yes.
Is it Turing complete?
It is probably Turing complete. Any other questions? Yes. Oh boy. Oh, and by the way, it's available. There's an exe on the GitHub if anyone wants to make anything cool in it. That's basically it. Tom Robbins.
Can we get Among Us Explorer, please? And then can HackKey Gamified Password Manager get ready off to the side?
I forgot to call you before, sorry.
Is there a speaker here?
Yes, if we can.
It's very important.
Speaker. I mean, if you can do... Oh, well, actually, if you can do the speaker, might as well do mine.
They left.
Should be working. Okay. Could we have a mic? Oh, sorry, it's there. Yeah. Ready. 3, 2, 1, go. So this is a project by Greg, Vio, and Freddie. I did the coding, Vio did the art, and Freddie did the music. And our project was Among Us Explorer. I'll show you a quick video. It basically is just a top-down shooter game. As you can see, with some really nice music, all vintage graphics, and yeah.
I did the graphics. It was, I've never worked with Godot before. We did it in Godot. So it was interesting trying to port stuff to it.
I did the music. I don't think, yeah, it was okay. And we had a shareholder support us, thankfully, over here. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. We had a really good team. Worked out well.
Yeah. I mean, we were all pretty experienced in our fields, so there wasn't any major challenges, but it was a good flexing our muscles. And for me in particular, I didn't get to program game for a while, so it was fun to do as a bit. I mean, there's some interesting things. For example, you can see some of the attacks. Actually, well, you can't see them anymore, but they each have different, not using particle system, but using different like coding on the subpar. There was a lot of small challenges. I used a lot of vector math. There was soft collisions. Essentially just everything in the kitchen as well. But it was pretty fun, a lot of good time, yeah.
Yeah. We were very much just doing it to have fun. So mission success.
Yeah.
Oh.
And there's a couple of Easter eggs, if you can find them. There's one hidden video.
There are questions over here.
Oh shit.
Why no revive depth?
Because the game actually takes a while, since you level up by picking up the gems or the disc. So it would take a really long time for you to actually get to the end within the lifetime of more than a minute.
How long did it take you to get the game running effectively, or work to effectively use the full 24 hours, or was it mostly spent like drawing?
Yeah, so I for the code, I used a good amount of the 24 hours because I kept on adding stuff, and that kept on adding problems.
Yeah.
So it was just always, hey, what if I could add this? And then, oh, well, that breaks everything else, so I now have to fix everything.
Yeah, it would just be a case of we didn't sleep, so he was coding stuff. Oh, I have to make another asset and just kind of repeat. And Slonker's music. Follow on Instagram.
Thank you.
Right, up next we have HackKey, a gamified password maker. Password manager, sorry.
Keys in the details. Right. 3, 2, 1, go. First of all, who here plays games? Hands up. Yes. Keep your hands up if you play Captcha games. Let's go. Keep your hands up if you have or use a password manager. Not as many of you as I'd like to have seen, but this is still a good number. Next slide. So, we present HackKey. Now, what are the greatest two things known to mankind? Those are Captcha games and password managers. Cool bug fact about that. Oh no, we need the notes up. Well, we had a study, a little bit of notes about, I think it was 34% of Americans in a case study done with about 10,000 people don't actually use proper passwords. And this is a problem moving into the age of where cybersecurity attacks are more prevalent, and the weakest form of defense is always humans. Social engineering attacks do happen more and more each day as we go on. And actually, let me ask, wait, I already asked that, I'm sorry about that. Those of you that don't use password managers, what's stopping you from using them? Is it because they're not fun, because they're annoying to use? Exactly. But then we've solved the problem, because wouldn't you like a password manager that is more fun to use? And this is our password manager, HackKey. And what it does, it allows users to generate and store complex passwords with the ability to make even stronger ones through consistent use. As those of you that play Captcha games will know, you have a frustrating amount of time trying to grind resources, and that's exactly what you're going to be doing with a password manager. Yeah. But instead of having a pay-to-win system, the more you use the password manager, the more you strengthen your cybersecurity assets, the more rewards you're going to get, and the more features you're going to be able to unlock with password manager. For example, would you like to store your passwords on just one machine or loads of machines across whatever devices you use? We'd hope you'd like to use it on many, but that's going to be a feature you're going to have to roll and unlock in Password Manager. Yeah, there are loads of more questions. Yes.
So, what's like the main sort of gamified thing about the password manager? Because there are some, I've seen this game online where you try and complete a number of, you try and do the password manager challenge. There's you do a number of tries to get the password or something, and every single time there's a new thing that you got add to the password to make it stronger.
So instead of having a game sort of like that, we've got a system where you roll for further features. Example of this is a static form that doesn't let you choose the amount of characters you use in your password. Give some time, you add some more passwords into your vault, you'll unlock the ability to have custom lengths, you'll be having the ability to use across multiple devices. And one of our biggest features we wanted to implement, we didn't have time to, was the ability to...
1 minute questions done.
Thank you very much.
We're just going to take a very, very quick break before going to Group C. So you need to stretch your legs, go now. Could snakes on a 2D plane come down and get themselves ready? Come back for quarter past.
It is recognizing. You just lean on. Yeah.
Yippee! Yippee!
Is it on? I don't know. We'll swap. I was going to shout yippee for the fun of it. That one's not working.
Hello?
We're back. You missed your yippee.
Last block of people now to go, so we're going to get started so we can actually finish this on time.
Which one am I on? Over here.
If Project RX could get ready at the front, we now have snakes on a 2D plane.
Well, hello everyone. My project is actually quite simple. I simply remade Snake, the Nokia classic. but I wanted to have fun with it, so I used my favorite game engine, which is Microsoft Excel.
Yeah. Wait. Not all of the judges are here.
Oh.
Come and get. Yeah. We'll start it when he comes.
All right. Oh, yeah. Yes. Good?
Quiet, please.
All right, well, hello everyone. This is my project. It's simply Snake, but made in Excel. It's fairly straightforward. There's simply a play button. You can go down, left, up, even right, and you're supposed to just collect these apples. And as you all know, they just make the snake grow. And you lose when you touch either the edges or other pieces of the snake. And I just implemented it in Excel because it seemed fun to me. I used VBA for the first time ever, which was a bit challenging. And I implemented all my sprites here using name ranges for references and such. As for the code itself, the bulk of the program, it's fairly straightforward. I just have a snake class, a lot of if statements, and some logic, some fruits, and it's very simple. I just made a screen to represent all my pixel, and I just reference the sprites I had made and print them onto the screen. And I think the most interesting part or challenging part was actually represent the whole snake. And I figured out that it was easier to just keep the head and the tail as everything else is static. So I don't need to refresh the screen every time, and I just move the snake around as it goes. It's as simple as that. I don't really have much else to say. It's quite a simple project overall. And I just wanted to have fun, mostly. So if you want, we can even move to questions straight away. Oh, yeah.
Is it possible to finish the game?
There's no ending, really. I guess you can just fill up the screen, and there's nowhere to go from there. Yep.
This is your first Excel game?
Yes. I'm a big fan of Excel, but I never thought of making games in it, and that's probably a good reason for it. It's not very well designed for it. It was a bit of a struggle to get it to work. Yes.
Do you integrate Python? Because you can now use Python in Excel.
I thought of it, but I couldn't find many references about it. I could see it used for a lot of data manipulation, you know, the classic Excel stuff. But VBA, as bad as it was in terms of references, provided more for what I was trying to do, which was just moving things around, copy and pasting it.
Cool, thank you.
All right, thank you very much.
Can we get Project RX, please? And just a quick reminder that we do have a closing ceremony at the end of this block, so don't run off, please. Up next after this team will be Tuna, so Tuna. So if you get yourself ready at the front, this is Project RX.
Ref animation? There's USB-C.
HDMI is better. Is there an HDMI? I comprehend. Don't worry. We'll go in now. That's fine. That's a bit buggy. What's the work on? So, 2 seconds? Maybe, if we're lucky. Off you go. All right.
Quiet, please. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, so our project is Project RX. We originally started this as the idea of making a
rotor engine for, as one of our, well, teammates that we did have wanted to go for that. But that was kind of impossible. We couldn't really do anything with that. And then we just kind of went with the idea of the little bit of the end kind of looking like a Dorito chip. And basically we used that to make malware in Minecraft is pretty much what we did with it. Because why not, you know? So to start off, we made this little spinning sprite for the Dorito, just constantly spin around. And we made it so it checks when you put it in the item frame. And then you just have to kind of spam the right mouse to make it spin. And that's faster than like you can really do normally. And then it just does that. You just keep putting tabs of the spin on top of the Dorito because, I don't know, it's dumb, funny. Why not? And it just keeps doing that. And eventually it'll blue screen. You also can't move the mouse or type anything, so you're just stuck in that. You're just bricking the laptop. So yeah, for the technical side of it.
So, quite the project, clearly. But, there you go, blue screen. Basically, the mod uses mixins with the Fabric API so that it can listen for events relating to the item frame. This item frame then uses the Java process builder, which launches a series of malware executables. All of those were built in C++ because it's C, so C breaks quite easily. And yeah, just a variety of malware built in. Any questions about this?
What's particularly difficult about it? Anything that stands out?
I would say the hardest part was to force the computer to blue screen. As you can imagine, you're not meant to do that. But there's a number of undocumented functions within Windows that can force a blue screen, apparently, as you do.
Also trying to find the thing for that item frame detection, that took me like 3 hours. I will never get those time back in my life. That was terrible.
For testing, we usually turned off the locking in the blue screen, but towards the end, yeah, it got quite annoying.
We good?
Yeah. That's
Up next, we have Tuna, and after that, can I get buy verified Binance accounts down to the front to get ready?
That's a spam one.
Never mind, can I get Simon Said down to the front to get ready, please?
Ready to go?
Ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
Cool. Good afternoon, everyone. We are Tuna. Now, what is Tuna? Fantastic question. Tuna is a real-time, multiplayer, multi-choice quiz game. But instead of like Kahoot, where you answer boring educational questions mostly, you instead guess songs. You guess songs. And these quizzes, they are automatically generated from your favorite Spotify songs. Not just your favorite Spotify songs, but the favorite Spotify songs of everybody in your lobby. All your friends get mixed together into a quiz. We've written this in React. Boo. And go. And we have a video of it working, which Joe shall play for you. It might have sound. Here's our lobby. It does have sound. Anyone know the answer to this? I don't. There we go. And obviously, because it's Tuna, we have some fishing lines in there for winning. Anyone know this one? I do know this one. He doesn't know, evidently. Cool. Thank you very much. That was a quick demonstration of Tuna. Thank you very much. Cool. Any questions?
So in a few sentences, what did it all involve? What did you need to do to pull this off?
On the back end, we've got a Go server that has all the sort of logic on it that handles connections. And then we have a front end written in React, and that uses WebSockets to talk between the two of them. And then the Go server is what does all of the Spotify interfacing. So it just uses the Spotify API to get your picture and your name and your favorite songs and generate the quizzes, that kind of thing. And album covers. Any more questions?
Any challenges, surprises?
WebSockets was almost the only problem we had, and it was a lot of problems. But yeah, none of us really use WebSockets very much, so it was a very steep learning curve, but it was worth it. It was very cool. So good experience, good learning experience. Cool. All right, thank you very much.
Can we get Simon Said, please, if they are here? No Simon Said. Moving on then to Don't Be a Deck. We'll make sure I pronounce that one correct. And then can Scribble Scraps come down and get ready to the side, please?
Simon Said didn't come, sorry. Fair enough, I'll put this like here. The red one? Yep. Yeah, sure.
If you need music, we'll take out the boxes.
If I need music, I don't have music, don't worry.
No, I just use
Oh, and you want to go?
Let's just 1, 2. Nice.
Ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
Hello, you beautiful people. We are The New Groove, and we have created a game called Don't Be a Deck. And I think that's advice everyone should take. So this is the team. I'm Aaron, this is Harrison, this is Daniel, and these are the tracks we're going for. We're basically the team with very high aspirational goals, but very low execution. So this right here is the gallery of the pixel sprites that we made. So this is based off like top trunks, basically. We have these figures like Chad, right-wing commentator, or, you know, working class William, and yeah, League player. If any of you guys play League, I'm sorry. But I was mainly the face and the art of the whole group. Now, I will move on to the technical side with my friend Harrison right here.
Thank you very much. So yeah, as Aaron said, he did all the art. It's amazing. Me and Daniel mostly tried to handle the code. Neither of us are all that experienced. Daniel a little more so than me. So it was a fun experience getting the hang of C# a little bit more after the game jam. What we managed to accomplish is we managed to create 12 of the cards at runtime and assign them all the correct sprites, shuffle them up, and hand that out to 6 of each of them to each of the players. We started working as well on the comparison system for the actual battles. Sadly, didn't get that done by the end of it, but made a lot of progress. It was a lot of fun along the way as well, I'd say.
There was a lot of, I can't get this code right. What is going on? And then we had our lovely friend George up there coming with his Unity skills to help us out. So we love him for that. So when it came down to it, I have no coding experience in C#. Obviously, it's quite similar to Java when I was having a look at it. So when I'd come over their shoulders, it'd be like, oh yeah, I know what that is. Yeah. Then I'd just go back to Photoshop and then kind of get in my own zone.
Right, 2-minute presentation done. Can I take questions?
Of course. Questions, please. Anyone? Go on, George.
What inspired the characters?
Well, we were just like, okay, how can we be quite controversial and funny at the same time? So we're like, okay, I originally started out thinking, okay, how about it be like gym stereotypes? So you have like the strong man, the power lifter, stuff like that. But then we thought, okay, we need to be a lot more broad. So how about we tackle like social media such as Kayla Swift, politicians, Trent, and we just thought it would be something fun, something outrageous, and be a very average game. So that's all we can do, really. So I think that's it. No, that's it.
And Music Mayhem, come get ready at the front. And now we have Scribble Scraps.
All right, we are Swivel Scraps. Does the mic work? Okay. So we have made a web app on your mobile phone that you can try yourself at this QR code. And you can take pictures of any object in the world and turn it into your own little monster. So the photo is taken, sent off to a back-end server where image computer vision crops it, the foreground out of the background. Then it's sent off to the OpenAI API, which tells us what kind of monster it is and what kind of abilities it has. And this then presents a beautifully rendered creature, custom to you, that you can enjoy. And you can share it with others with the share button that is included. So here's the processing of a single item. And you can also take these creatures and engage in fights between them to determine which one is superior.
So all of the statistics that are generated are applicable to the thing, or at least they're supposed to be. So like, for example, a building might be quite slow but really high defense. And in the combat menu, we have attacks that are specific to each of the things. I don't know if that can show you that. Can you go on the battle menu? Okay, well, basically each of the things have like a specific attack. So, there we go. Yeah, so Vitamin Burst and Juice Siphon are the two attacks that the orange has. But this works for any object, so we use the OpenAI API to determine all of this, and yeah. Is that it?
That's it. We've got some objects to scan, if you want to scan some objects.
Yeah, you can literally scan them on the screen, or you can like do a water bottle in front of you or whatever. It's quite cool.
Yes, a question? Yes.
How long is it going to be up for?
Until my OpenAI credit runs out. So
how long is that?
Depends how much you use it. A week, 2 weeks. So I'm expecting that our huge user base is going to die off quite quickly. But I put on £7 just a minute ago, so a week or two. Yeah, have some fun with it.
Thank you.
No worries.
Good to have it at Ask and Hack next week.
Would be nice. The question? Yeah, I think it's called Pokemon or something along those lines. I think that's the name.
Is it a quick question now? Will music come out of here, or? It's coming from somewhere.
So this is ChatGPT. We segment the image.
The question's done.
Oh.
Sorry.
No, it's fine.
Can scale up, come down to the front and get ready. And now we have. Now we have Music Mayhem.
Ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can talk about the games.
Yeah, quickly.
Okay. Well, we keep changing our names. Or well.
3, 2,
Okay.
1, go.
Now we're called Code of the Groove because we couldn't decide about our name. Anyway, this is us.
Yes, this is our game. We're inspired by Trolls World Tour for some unknown reason. But the gist of our game is that there's 4 cult leaders, and each one is obsessed with a specific genre of music. So we have pop, rock, rave, and country. And the idea is that this is a 4-player local game. We have 2 controllers that we've set up, and they all compete to try to convert everyone in this city to this genre of music. The main difficulties we had, we handcrafted a map for some unknown reason, so it was like placing all the individual tiles. We had someone on our team, Amy, making original music, so all the music you hear is 8-bit made in GarageBand during the hackathon as well. And of course, beautiful people, which is us, so that's all cool.
And we can play it as a demo. And hopefully we don't blow your eardrums up. So keep track of who's who. Right.
Is the music work?
Yeah? There's no music.
There's no music? Oh, sorry.
It's not working.
Yeah, sound.
Is it because it's plugged into HDMI or something?
Maybe?
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Technical difficulty. No sound.
There should be sound. I don't know why it's not. There should be
Go to
like really loud 8-bit music.
Go in
for every
there
single
and
genre
change
of
sound
music.
settings.
We're just kind of like
Where
Oh, yeah,
is...
can we, here. Oh, here.
Oh, it's on the other side.
Sorry.
Where do we put it?
It's the other side.
Oh, yeah.
Should be right here.
Yeah, hopefully.
We switch.
Yeah, we switch.
But what's E one?
Alright. I don't know.
It's still not working.
Sure.
Okay.
It's going through that now.
Yeah. No one is winning.
No one's. I think my controller's pulled out.
Really? All right, I'm just going to try to win.
So what happens is that you're like a religious cult music guy, and you're trying to get everyone to be part of your music cult by blasting speakers into their faces. So everyone who's a certain color is like part of your cult, and at the end they would hopefully vote for you.
The presentation time finished. Do I take questions?
Any questions?
Was there anything you needed to learn to be able to do this?
I mean, none of us really knew Unity that well, apart from Rohit. So it was a lot of Googling and searching a lot of things. And also, like, with the music itself, we wanted to, like, capture the style, and we didn't know how to make 8-bit music, so we learned a lot of, like, we had, like, the song sheets up, we was getting all the notes, and it was, every single one of us had to learn something completely new for this.
Yeah, and we made our own, like, we painted our own map as well, and that took a while, because none of us are particularly artists.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was good fun. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Give it 1 second. It normally takes a second. There we go.
So can SharkTank.io come down to the front to get ready? And now we have Scale Up.
Ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
Hello. So we decided to make a productivity app, which isn't just based on studying, because I found out with a lot of other productivity apps that it's just how many hours you've studied or worked. And I think productivity is more than that. So we based it as well on how many hours you spend on extracurricular activities. And that depends on the user, so you would make it a tag, sorry. So here, for example, you can add like the activities that you want just for yourself. Here you have a timer, so you can make a stopwatch, or just a timer, like with the Pomodoro technique, for example, but we didn't get to implement that. And then this is the extra bit compared to other productivity apps, which it has achievements, so it kind of motivates you to study more or do multitasking. I don't know if you want to talk about it.
So basically we have like a progression system where depending on how much you've studied or done some extracurricular activity which will be stored in the app, you'll unlock certain rewards based on those milestones being completed, and those you'll progress through like a bronze, silver and gold version of each of those rewards. And yeah, that's basically it.
You want to give some examples?
Yeah, so some examples of this would be, for example, if you have studied for at least 3 hours within a 4-hour time limit in a day, or perhaps within a day you have studied for 2 hours and also done some form of extracurricular activities for 2 hours. And the way we're tracking this is, of course, through this timer, where we'll store how much time, when you start doing an activity, you start the timer, and we will be we will be storing that in the app, and depending on that, the milestones will be completed.
Thank you. Yes?
Does the app always need to be open for the time to be recorded, or could it be like, let's say, if you're working out, you can have your or on a separate app?
So for this app, you could possibly keep it in the background open. So even if you like turn on the timer, it will still run in the background.
What took you the longest time to do it?
Can I tell you that one?
I'm sure.
Yeah. Honestly, just getting all of the design correct, because we wanted a really cohesive color palette that made sense when you turned it into the dark mode as well. And we wanted to be minimalistic, but not too simple. So like some of the bits may have a shadow to signify it's like a button, and then it's more user-friendly. So yeah, more on the side. Thank you.
Thank you.
Can we get ESOC or ESOC down to front to get ready? And now we have SharkTank.io.
Ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
Hello, we are Team Shark Tank, and we have developed a highly addictive and fun game based on fishes, sharks, and genetically modified food. Now he will explain more about the game.
So the
give a start with a small fish. Small fish has something kind of fish food. The small fish can eat food, and it's like on a level 1. And after that, there are 4 levels. Kind of this one is like a level 1, is a fish 1, and we have level 4 and level 8 and level 13, and up when the the small fish can eat a lot of food, and he can overlay and become bigger and bigger, and suddenly he reach as a level 4, and level 4 fish can eat level 1 fishes, and the more the bigger fish could be, they can eat smaller fish, and it could this game can be built as a multiplayer, so that more friends can play together each other and have fun and enjoy larger fishes and be a shark for the of their ocean. So
now
yeah.
Jacob will explain the technical side.
So mostly, most of the players are mostly just bots behaving on a behavioral system, and they basically just act based on certain attributes. Basically, it's all randomized, and they all have different attributes. Like I said, then there's the leveling system where it's part of the logic. Sometimes higher level fish will just go for lower level fish, and vice versa. They will run away.
Presentation time's on. Do you want to take questions?
Sure.
Yes, sure, question.
Any questions?
No questions.
Do you implement or plan to implement any additional behaviour in the AI?
I think we got most of the behavior kind of in there. I think it would be more better if we had more of a local multiplayer or even online. I think there would have been even more behavior available to us, so that we can have more more leeway with what we can do and a lot more diversity in a way.
Yeah.
Could be one.
Yeah.
So after this kind of escape room puzzle, come down and get ready. And then now we have ESOC, or is it ESOC? ESOC.
Yeah. When you're ready.
So yeah, hello. So what we? Oh, okay. Yeah. So mostly we are planning to check out how much water or CO2 emission a particular cloth making factory or cloth making manufacturer has been done. So we created a web extension, and then for this Amazon website, you can go and click on the extension, and you can see that what is the type of water index they are using and what are the pollution indexes there for the particular part. This is a demonstration video. So yeah, this is one of the clothes, and you go and select the extension, and then it shows its index and pollution index. And for more details, you click on the button. It redirects you to the Power BI, where it will show you the dashboard of all the types of clothes and materials of it. And there is a future prediction also. Oh, it's not coming in the video. Yeah, there is a future prediction also, which we added later on. And yeah, this is the one of the dashboard, which is for pollution index and material indexes. This is some of CO emission, and the later is the water pollution one. Yeah, this is for CO2 emission with air and materials and with various filters. Yeah, thank you. Mostly. Yeah. Any questions?
Would you be targeting just Amazon or just every site that there is?
For currently only we tried for Amazon only, but later on, of course, it will be much more beneficial if we open up to other websites also. Yeah.
How do you calculate the indexes?
So for indexes, we actually went to Kaggle and we found the data set. So for a particular type of cloth, for cotton, it takes around 3,000 liters of water to make a single cotton t-shirt. So depending upon that, there's a data set for those indexes, and we calculate using those. Right now, no, not for the manufacturing ethics, because I think so it comes under country's law for the manufacturing ethics work. So if you are not following the laws, you have to pay a carbon tax or carbon footprint tax, something like that. So it's on like the government level then, not on the like the index level. So that's why. Thank you. Thank you.
So now we have our final group of the day, fingers crossed, escape room puzzle. Do you want to come set your laptop up?
I can speak to you. Oh my gosh, someone help me, please.
Hello, we are non-codons because we can't code. So basically what we wanted to do is kind of create a security system. Our original thought was to try and create a security system, but you know, we don't have those skills, so we ended up converting to making an escape room. So it's a series of puzzles that you have to solve in order to leave the room, and this is like our tiny little model that we created. Right now it doesn't work. Well, it works, but the person with the code isn't here, so we can't demonstrate. But we have a video, so these are the games that you could play. There's tic-tac-toe. There's also what's this? Snake. There's also a memorization game that you can do. The tools that we used Raspberry Pi, Python, and a bit of Arduino. None of us know anything about this, so this was all a learning experience for us, and it was pretty fun. So, yeah, she learned to code her first game, so she learned Python, so that was pretty cool. And then, yeah, this is just the prototype and the video of it working with the servo. So it just pulls the lock when you like pass the puzzles, and then, yeah, that's about it. Any questions? Yeah, go ahead.
Besides the coding, what was the most challenging?
For me, it was just the coding. Yeah, also this took a long time for some reason. I don't know why. It's literally just like a box put together, but I don't know. I didn't have a ruler, so cutting straight was pretty difficult. Yeah.
What was your most biggest issue that took you ages?
It's the LEDs, wasn't it? Yeah. We had a problem with our LEDs, so every time it would flash in our pattern and then they would just stop working completely. And it turned out to be one of the LEDs just needed to be flipped around because it was on the wrong side. Yeah. But yeah, we were stuck on that for a few hours.
You're going to carry on coding after this?
I code a little, but I wanted to get more into hardware stuff, so yeah, I'm definitely going to carry on with this. And I learned Raspberry Pi. Don't really like it, so I'm going to stick with Arduino. So yeah. Cool.
All right, thank you guys. That was all the presentations. Amazing job, everyone. We're going to have a quick break while judges deliberate. In the meantime, you can judge your favorite track on a QR code that we're going to pop up on here in just a second. And after you've judged your favorite pitch, hack, we will be back for the awards. Thank you, guys.
Anyone?
No, any of them, yeah. We're all the same.
Okay, okay. How everyone's feeling right now? Nervous? You think you guys gonna win? Yeah? Confident? Yep. Come on, guys. It can be more than. Yeah. I mean, at least that's one person. Who's doing it. So, yeah, oh, yeah, damn it is. Thank you, Leighton. Oh, okay. So, this is the champion of masses. If you get your phone out, scan the QR code. You can vote for whichever favorite project you saw. Like, there were some really funny projects, not gonna lie, right? Like, personally, one of my favorite is, you know, get real. Like, just get real. Like, that was funny, right? Maybe you guys are too tense right now. Too tired? Shall I sing you guys a lullaby? Yes. I'm not going to do karaoke again. That was one time only. Okay. But yeah, please do vote. Make sure you get your votes in. And yeah.
The disrupt.
Oh, yes, we did.
No, the overall masses.
Huh?
The overall masses.
Yeah, we can find that out on Sharp.
Okay, please do. I'm gonna just be modifying this. What is this? A new table from IKEA? Josh hasn't even started. Yeah, I'm just on menus. Okay, I'm just gonna help Josh do this. Oh fuck, he's got all the photos. I don't know what he's doing, but he's obviously using the phone to do it. Oh, do you have a map? Oh, it's that then. I'm trying to do. Jack? Yeah? Should we open these? If you can, yeah, just slice them nicely. You have a slicer? Yeah, I've got two. What? You keep the little ZK on you, Lucas. Crazy. Where's the taste on? Yeah, try and do it neatly. Oh, they're literally in there. Okay. No, they're not. No, they're not. No, we paid the brand new from Valve. They are your baby blahages.
Microphone. Is this picking this up?
Yeah.
Has everybody voted for their favourite track? Thumbs up. Perfect.
That's not right.
That isn't right.
What is he doing?
Mad scientist. I call it.
Just tell. Yeah, we just need to. I think we need to do it with him. He's already done the first one. Behave.
Dr. Charlotte.
Right, we need to make sure we don't show the whole thing. Can I blank? Okay, do you want to unplug?
Just going to thank everyone. You got HDMI?
Yeah.
Oh.
What?
After someone's won something, we send them out that door. Amy and Tori are going to take a picture and then they're going to come back and
Charlotte, do you want to give prizes? And then you can prompt them to do
they're going to go out with their prizes on.
Do you have a USB-C charger?
Yeah.
Do you need it? Yeah.
Still recording?
No, it kept stopping even though people were unplugging and plugging. If it waits too long, then won't restart. I just stole this off someone.
Okay, ready to go. All right, everyone. Thank you all so much for being here. The judges have deliberated, and it was a really, really tough job. There were so many really good projects. Massive thank you to everyone that came out and spent the whole weekend here, chipping away at their projects, learning new skills. It's really inspiring, and personally, I just feel really overwhelmed and grateful that you all care so much and you all want to learn. So thank you all so much. Thank you to our sponsors for making this happen, and the department for supporting us so much. Yeah, you're all amazing. I'm gonna no heckling in the closing ceremony. I'm gonna hand you over to Tom, and then we will find out who wins. Yeah, thanks guys.
So it's all over. So we've done 32 hours. We've had 5 lovely meals. Over 500 Red Bulls, pretty impressive. 40 projects, 200 of you, which is our record, our all-time record, and probably around less than 4 hours of sleep. So hopefully you enjoyed all that. Some of the things we got up to, hopefully a lot of learning, a lot of people first-time hackathon, first-time experiencing things like Unity or web apps, things like this. We had many mini events, some impromptu karaoke, many good workshops, Minecraft, movies. Hopefully you all enjoyed those. Hopefully you got to connect with some of our sponsors through networking, talking to them about their industries, what you might do after leaving uni, and obviously the mentoring from some of our lovely volunteers and our sponsors, teaching you new things that you didn't know before coming here. Next, we have the food. So hopefully you enjoyed it. There's plenty of feedback you can give about the food, but we kind of try and make sure you're all well fed and not fed up and hungry. So hopefully you enjoyed that. It's not all about winning, so hopefully you took something away from the event, regardless of all the prizes. And obviously it's about the friends we made along the way. So yeah, we hope you take something more away from the event than just the physical prizes. Now the media competition, the Tag a Friend, the winner is the JMC. And for our voted best photo competition, we've got Tyrini. So congratulations, round of applause. Oh yeah, so the prize for that is a merch store voucher for some of our lovely HackSussex merchandise, so congratulations. And now we move on to the track prizes. So I think we're starting with BCS. If you'd like to come up.
Blay, do you want to come up and give the BCS prize?
There's no need to clap me. I'm Blay Whitby, Chair of Sussex Branch BCS. We can help you in your career. Feel free to get in touch. And difficult, but the winner we chose was Sprout Tech.
So where are the... Oh, it's the membership, so we're doing photos.
I'll just shake your hand because our prize is our BCS membership.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you, Blay. Next up is Paxton to give their prize.
Hello again. So yes, yesterday I stood here and I said that we were going to award prizes for creativity and elements of access control in your projects. I think the first thing, this is the first hackathon that I've ever been part of, and I have to say I'm so impressed with what has been achieved here. It's fantastic. Everybody should be very proud of what you achieved, right? Enjoy this time in your life, because this is raw engineering, right? When you go into industry, there's politics. This is it. This is fun. Enjoy it. One thing that I would like to mention to this group, right? Watching the presentations and all that, I think, try and think about this for a minute. A great mind is never going to beat a great team. Yeah, think about that. So yeah, great teamwork, by the way. Anyway, after much deliberation, we decided that the track that was the most creative, elements of access control in it, great teamwork. So we're going to have to give our awards to IP over semaphores.
Thank you, guys. Well done. Okay, next up, we have Roto VR for the best use of the Roto VR Explorer chair.
Thank you very much. Congratulations, everyone. The winner of our track is called, dun dun dun, best use of the Roto VR chair. Congratulations. Thank you.
Well done, guys. Thank you.
Okay, next up we've got Hastings Direct on how to make chatbots not suck. And we had loads of submissions for this. Really tough one.
Yeah, it was indeed really, really tough. And you may say that because I'm German, I may be slightly biased, but we had a good judging panel. Not all Germans, so they all don't like the highway, but it was the Hastings Highway who won this one.
Right here? Oh, they are here. Well done, guys. Okay, before we get on to the HackSussex tracks, Holly from Hackathon UK, who's done an amazing job of putting out any fires that we might have had over the weekend or might not have had, is going to give her track.
Hello. First of all, well done, everyone. You've had an amazing weekend. I've had an amazing weekend. It's just been general, really nice vibes here. I've seen lots of great projects. Yes, make sure to visit our website if you want to see any more go to any more hackathons. I probably will be floating around quite a lot of them, just how it is at the moment. So, no further ado, the team that wins the hackiest hack and gets some baby blahages is Goose Strip to BYD. You've got a teammate as well.
Thank you, guys. Well done. Okay, we're on to the HackSussex tracks now. First of all, we're going for Disrupt the Norm. This was a track for the most innovative project and maybe a bit shocking. And we went with Make Web Chat Great Again. It should be called How to Put People Off Web Chat for Life. You can't make it more annoying, can you? Well done, guys. Okay, next up is the Hack Artistry Award for the most visually appealing hack. This one had an amazing intro sequence. It looked like a lovely game and one that I would like to play to relax after a weekend of hacking. So we've got Risky versus the Seagulls. Woo! Next one, 3D pens. So keep up the creative process. Okay. Next of all, we want to award the best overall game, and you guys are going to win some retro game consoles, very fancy. And the project we went with was Music Mayhem. Where are you guys? Again, this is another game we all just thought we really would like to play, and it has so much like creative, like you could go anywhere with it. Sounds really cool. Well done, guys. Okay, this one was a weird one. Most unconventional hack. We dubbed it Mad Scientist. I feel like there was a few candidates, but this one was super obvious, and we have gone with the Roto VR 3DS edition. Val, you have more patience than I do. Well done. All right. That wraps up all of our mini tracks. So next up, we're going to talk about the grand prize. Yeah, this one was really exceptional. It was just a completely polished game. It used new technology really well. And I think everyone kind of wanted to have a go and a play of this game when they did their presentation. So, yeah, drum roll, please. The best overall hack was Scribble Scraps. Well done, guys. You guys want a Steam Deck each, so well done. Enjoy. And the next one is your choice. And yeah, so this was the project that you thought was the best, and it was certainly an amazing project. So Val, don't get comfortable because you won the Community Choice Award, Champion of the Masses. I want to see a lot of gifts spammed in the chat with your new Discord Nitro for 3 months. And with that, that is all the prizes. Oh, I thought I heard. No, it's not. I thought somebody knew something I didn't. So yeah, once again, I just want to say thank you so much for everyone that came. To Sussex students in particular, if you really enjoyed this, we need people to kind of take the reins and carry the torch, because most of us are leaving. So if you think that you would enjoy this as a kind of from an organizational perspective, come and see one of us, or you can scan this QR code, fill out our form, maybe save it for later when you've got more energy. But it's a really, really good thing to do, and it helps tons of people. And yeah, we couldn't do it without the committee. So I guess thank you to our current committee who have put up with me mainly, but they've also put on an amazing event. So well done, guys. And if you haven't already, there is a feedback form. I think most of you have filled that out, so thank you very much. But if you haven't and you want to fill that out and give us some really detailed feedback, it helps everyone improve these events every year. So yeah, thank you. And then a little bit of like last minute housekeeping. If you've borrowed kit from us, please return the kit. We're going to man the help desk, so you guys can all return that kit. Clean up after yourselves, make sure you've got all your belongings, and make sure you all get home safe. If you're driving, take frequent stops. You've been up for a very long time. You're probably more tired than you think. So, yeah. Be careful, guys, and thank you all so much for attending. You're all amazing. Thank you very much. Sorry, that's not actually all. I forgot one thing, which is what are they called? Let's go back. Yeah, Scribble Scraps. We have the first ever 3D printed HackSussex Hackathon trophies for you guys. Where are you? Oh yeah, yeah. Don't forget these on your way out. But yeah, thank you so much, everyone. If you guys want to stick around, chat to us, more than welcome. But make sure you get all your belongings, get home safe. Thank you to all of our sponsors once again, and the department. Everyone's amazing. You should all be really proud. They are.